Child's Play fans rejoice, 'cause he's back. Curse of Chucky. Okay, so Curse of Chucky is the prequel / sequel to Child's Play 1 through 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. Yes, this movie actually does take place in the world after Seed of Chucky. Which might leave a lot of fans questioning, but please don't question it. Just sit back and enjoy the movie. And the story starts off with Chucky anonymously being delivered to the family's house. They don't know why he was delivered there. They open it up just saying, forget about it. Then one of the family members dies, and that is where the shit gets real. Alright, so when I heard this movie was coming out, I was really excited for it. A real horror movie sequel from a movie character that I hadn't seen in a long time. Chucky is one of my all-time favorite horror movie characters for his funny lines, his realistic voice. He's kind of like Freddy Krueger, but in doll form. He is just the invincible serial killer doll of the world. Is the movie itself good? For what it is, it is good. It's a straight-to-DVD / Blu-ray release, so you know what to expect from it. They didn't get a theatrical release for a few good reasons. One of the reasons is the terrible acting that is in this movie. I mean, my God, man. Some of the acting in this movie, really bad. Like, some of the characters you knew were pieces of shit. They acted like they were pieces of shit. Just like, okay, this person's only here to die. This person's only here for this. You're never going to see that person again in another movie. Not to diss on their acting, but my God, seriously. But it is straight to DVD, so whatever. Not going to hold it against the movie. This actually uses a set of different things. It uses some fake CG, some animatronics for Chucky, which is great. I thought they were going to CGI the hell out of him, but they didn't. They actually used classic animatronics for him, so he looks great. For the most part, they actually did redesign Chucky's look, broadening out his face and making his hair a little longer and more realistic looking. At least for the first part. Because you see the movie, even though I said it's a sequel, you see it, and he looks like classic Chucky. So he doesn't have all the stitches and everything from Seed of Chucky or Bride of Chucky. That comes in later. Now I gotta say, when I first started watching this movie, it was a little boring. Actually, you know what? I'm just kidding. This movie starts off, first 5 minutes, somebody dies. So that is a great way for the movie to start off. But after that, nobody dies for a very long time. Chucky actually doesn't start. You don't see Chucky talking. You don't see him doing his own thing that we all love to see him do for like half the movie, which is a disappointment in this 97-minute movie. He does kill 2 people within the 45-minute range, so at least somebody dies, and you do kind of get a hint that he killed one of them, and we obviously know he killed the first one. Now I'm going to say, with the kills, they're good, okay? Chucky's had a funny way of killing them and spreading off a good one-liner. Unfortunately, some of the lines he had in this movie weren't the best they've always been, but they make up for it in the end where they give him a lot of screen time, a lot of things to say, and they even give us a flashback scene with Brad Dourif acting as Charles Lee Ray and a really bad wig, prequeling every single Child's Play movie, including the first one, and showing what happened right before the intro to the first one, where Charles Lee Ray gets shot and transfers his body into Chucky. So that was really cool. Brad Dourif does a really good job as Charles Lee Ray and as Chucky. He's still got it, man, doing the voice of Chucky. He always talks like this, and he's always gonna kill you with some kind of line to say. I love it, man. But like I said, he doesn't get a lot of great lines. And this movie is really cliche. Like, I knew that when they were going to return to form the classic horror that Child's Play through 1 through 3 was, I'm going to say 1 and 2. But when they said they were going to return to form, I knew this movie was going to have some cliches, but man, does this movie have some cliches. It's cheap. As straight to DVD is. This movie was shot entirely in this one house, and it's storming out, so there is no way of communicating outside. You got a cop that's coming in, of course. What they do with Chucky, though, when he's trying to kill these people, he has a good reason that he wants to kill these people from his perspective. And I think that's really good to connect that. And by the end of the movie, you knew what he was trying to do, and it actually was like, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool, what he was planning all along. And plus, there's a really sweet scene at the end of the credits of this movie. So if you're buying this, you're renting this, wait till after the credits or fast forward to the end of the credits. You won't regret it if you're a Child's Play fan. And I'm kind of going to say this movie does sequel bait itself a little bit. Like, I'm not going to say the ending to this, I'm saying the after credits scene might have sequel baited in some perspectives. You know, I'm not saying that I think, well, I'm saying I think it does, but who knows what the future will hold for Chucky. All I'm going to say is this movie was fun to watch, actually. I can't believe this movie actually turned out as well as it did for the 6th installment in this movie after it's been beaten to death with 4 other movies after its original. And one of them, well, 2 of them I didn't like a lot. Like, Child's Play 1, liked it. Child's Play 2, I really liked it. Child's Play 3, I didn't like it as much as I liked the first or second one, so it was the worst out of them until Bride of Chucky came along. Didn't like that thing. Seed of Chucky I liked because it was so dumb that it was funny to me. Like, that's the perfect movie for you and your friends to just get the beers and the shots and whatever you want to do, and then you just sit down and you're like, let's watch Seed of Chucky. If you love Chucky, this is actually a fun one to watch. It is a little boring about halfway into this movie, the first half is, but you do get a few killings, you do get a few obvious jump scares, some cliches are thrown in, but the movie does make up for it in the last half hour with Chucky doing what he does best, with Brad Dourif doing what he does best. The kills are fun. Chucky is just awesome as always. I'm going to give this movie a rating that might be a little too much for it, but I don't really care. Curse of Chucky is worth watching at matinee, no snacks. I was going to give it worth watching as a rental, but it's a little too much for me. So if you actually do like Child's Play, go out and buy this movie on its DVD or Blu-ray, whichever you prefer. If you really are scrapping for cash, just go ahead and rent it. It's totally worth the rental if you love these movies. And like I said, stay after the credits for that ending scene. It's totally worth it. Alright guys, that was my review for Curse of Chucky. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next After the Show. 'Cause you guys should really watch the show.